Hey there everyone, this is Chris Henry with the Kitsap Sun, coming to you from the Tremont Gateway, where drivers are getting used to 2 new roundabouts. Raise your hand if you won't miss those detours. We've got 5 stories to catch you up to speed on news from Port Orchard on this week's Beat Blast. Stay tuned. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Beat Blast, sponsored by the Admiral Theater. Story number 1. The Tremont Gateway finally opened after 2 years of construction and a maze of detours that everybody had just tattooed on their brain. It was funded by federal and state money, including regional transportation funds, and as well as city bonds. Tremont has historically been a bottleneck, especially at rush hour, because it was a 2-lane road and now it's been widened to 4 lanes, and there are 2 roundabouts and people seem to be navigating them pretty well.
You know, this has been more than 10 years in planning and 2 years of construction. I couldn't be happier with the outcome and the quality of the project that we've delivered. It's fabulous.
Story number 2. More good news from Port Orchard. A Waterfront Community Center was ranked top pick by the Kitsap Public Facilities District among 7 projects being considered for public funds.
Which means we hope that we're going to be fully funded and breaking ground in the next months and years on an amazing event center behind us.
Preliminary plans for the $20 million community center include space for a Kitsap Regional Library branch, conference and meeting rooms, a kitchen, and a theater. Story number 3. With the sunny weather, many people have been getting out to enjoy the newest section of the Bay Street pedestrian pathway that runs from the Marley Apartments to the Blackjack Creek pedestrian bridge. The city has installed a small park along the pathway dubbed the Rockwell Pocket Park that has picnic tables and attractive concrete wall seating. The park has beach access to a sandy portion of the shoreline. Story number 4. Volunteers gathered Sunday at Veterans Memorial Park to clean up trash left by those who may have been living in the park. The cleanup was hosted by Northwest Hospitality. This is a homeless advocacy group started by a Port Orchard resident, Anton Peisinger. The organization aims to help improve the lives of homeless people by cleaning up areas where they reside.
This is our second loaded up here from Veteran Memorial Park in Port Orchard, and the first load was 620 pounds and this one looks to be about the same, so 13 volunteers did a lot of good work in a few hours.
Story number 5. Here's a shout out to South Kitsap Fire and Rescue, who helped rescue a dog that was stuck up a tree. You heard me right, a dog. The pup clambered up the trunk of a tree that was partially down and couldn't figure out how to descend again. Firefighters used a ladder and a harness to lower the dog safely to the ground. Finally, what's on tap for your weekend? Sponsored by Silver City Brewery Taproom. This Sunday is Fathoms of Fun's Festival by the Bay. This is an annual craft and vendor show that happens each year in Port Orchard on Bay Street. Among the festivities, Fathoms of Fun royalty will get soaked in the dunk tank, with proceeds supporting the organization's scholarship program. The Saints Car Club will be there hosting its annual cruise on the waterfront with more than 600 classic cars. Enjoy a battle of the bands featuring the High Rollers, the Padillacs, and Silver City 6. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Beat Blast. We want to send a big thanks to all the people who subscribe to the Kitsap Sun. We couldn't do it without you. We'll catch you next time around. All right, so Josh Farley made me for this Beat Blast to stand in the water, and I didn't know there were little things like mosquitoes in the water, but something bit my leg twice. Oh my gosh, what I do for this job, right?